Amendment 2. No, not that. Amendment 2. That's more than a 10-minute video. I'm talking about Louisiana going back to the polls this month for a special election on 4 constitutional amendments for our state, dealing with security trial courts and discipline of lawyers, prosecution of juveniles as adults for felony crimes, special election for judicial vacancies, and Amendment 2, an overhaul of budget and tax allowances and limitations. Now, you may have seen a bunch of these posts on Facebook from a variety of people. There's this one about a permanent pay raise for teachers and school staff. This one that says the same thing, talks about income tax rates and senior relief. And this one that's just a nice breakdown of the whole doggone thing. And if you look at that one, or better yet, if you go to my usual go-to, parlouisiana.org, or anything to actually research this, you might realize that Amendment 2 just kind of has too many bullets in the barrel. Let's see. Okay. So, a vote for Amendment 2, according to PAR, is to rewrite large portions of the Louisiana Constitution article dealing with revenue collections, the tax budget process, savings accounts, and taxation rules. A vote against keeps things basically how they are. Specifically, they even have it like on their one-pager that usually is just one page of each amendment. There's a specific page just for Amendment 2. That should tell you already that Amendment 2 is just a little wonky. It breaks down it into 6 categories: general taxing authority, government growth limit, merger of state savings accounts, trust fund eliminated for retired teacher debt and teacher pay, reorganization of other trust funds, and property taxes. That's a hodgepodge of bullshit. But anyway, let's go. A vote for does all of the following. It enacts new tax rules, places limits on the enactment of tax breaks, lowers the cap of individual income tax rates, and allows more severance tax money to flow into local government. In general, that sounds solid. But I'm personally a little concerned that we're just cutting income tax. Yes, we currently have a solid amount of money in the accounts. That does not mean we spend it all. It's like when you get your tax returns at the end of at the beginning of the year. You're like, yay, here's this money that was mine to begin with, and it's back to being mine. I could use it to pay bills. I could use it to put some money up. I could do both of those. Or I could go on a family vacation. The family vacation's nice. But if you don't have the money put up, or you don't pay for your bills at least, that's still gonna be there. And then you're not gonna have paid your bills, and you won't have a nest egg for the next time you can't pay your bill. It's a problem. So if you cut the money coming in, now I can't even pay the bills that are going up, if you haven't noticed. And I have less money for saving if I'm going to save. I digress. Regarding government growth limit, vote for Amendment 2 creates tighter limits on annual growth in Louisiana's state general fund spending on ongoing programs and services, with tougher rules for changing the limit. It also increases the cap on deposits into the budget stabilization fund, transfers additional cash into the account, and eliminates the revenue stabilization trust fund, giving lawmakers more money in the general fund to spend. You really trust in our people to spend money right? I don't care what party you belong to. I don't trust politicians that are mostly bought by lobbyists to spend money. That's just me. Dissolves 3 education trust funds and uses the money to pay down retirement debt, which really is astronomical. But I digress. And give public school teachers and support workers a permanent raise. It removes several protected trust funds from the Constitution and places them in state law, giving lawmakers more ability to change the rules governing them. So you're going to let them spend more money. You're going to take the trust funds that are like, this is what it has to be used for, make some state law, which makes them bendable like a pipe cleaner. I digress. It also allows local governments to lessen property taxes on business inventory or get a one-time payment if they stop charging those taxes, remove some property tax breaks from the Constitution, not the homestead exemption, and makes it tougher to enact new property tax exemptions. I'm going to go back to that breakdown. There is a lot of good things in Amendment 2. We shouldn't be taxing our seniors to death. They're already not getting much. And some could argue we'll be getting less as the years go on. Yes, teachers deserve a raise. Don't want to hear you. They do. But if you have less money coming into the government, turn around and also let the money that's already there be moved around a lot easier in several cases. I don't know if this is it. I jokingly, when I saw this, was like, cool, I get to figure out which boat I'm sinking. Am I sinking the you get a pay raise boat, or the your school has funding coming into it more likely boat? Because that's what's going to happen. When there's less money coming in, they're going to go make cuts where they decide to make cuts. And we all know people are pushing for the privatization of schools. I'm not going to tell you how to vote for Amendment 2. That's a you decision. You've got to decide what's going to make sense. But I'm going to tell you that no one likes paying taxes. No one does. But we all kind of like the roads to at least somewhat work. We're all complaining that the pontoon keeps getting closed and can't be actually properly fixed or rebuilt like it should be. We're arguing that our schools need to do better. But look around. When was the last time a school was actually built in this parish? The funds aren't there for that. The funds aren't there for most things in public education. I also made the joke that, we're changing everything to Gulf of America and textbooks, but we can't afford textbooks. There are no textbooks. They get consumables that also have worksheets built in. Cool, lovely, change the name, who cares? You reprint them every year for some stupid reason, even though nothing changes. I don't know. I don't even know what to do with this amendment. Because how do I say no to more money coming into my household for my child and me and my husband? How do I say no to my mom not having as much taxes? But how do I say yes to some of these other things? I'm gonna make this very simple. Instead of putting everything into here's your basket of eggs, pun not intended, maybe instead of overhauling everything in one amendment, you actually let people make decisions on each little thing that matters. Good luck making your choices, Louisiana.